that is the scenario. So unless you want us...
In such a case, what is supposed to be the recourse? Does it mean then that witness goes scot-free? Yet in your view, he was culpable?
Of course, once charges are withdrawn against a suspect under Section 87A of this Criminal Procedure Code, that person is set free immediately. He's set free. Once a case is withdrawn, he's set free. And the DPP has, under the Constitution, Article 157, to charge, not to charge, to withdraw with the concurrence of the court, or not to withdraw and proceed on to the conclusion of the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Senator Ombo.
Chair, let me understand that case. The honorable member of a parliament then sponsored members of the assembly to go to a trip.
Yes.
Perhaps using his own private money, or I don't know. I don't know whose money he used. And then they were also paid for the same trip by the assembly.
Yes.
So what is the case here? A member of parliament is not using public funds to sponsor a trip to elected members who are perhaps entitled to the trip. They have been paid by the assembly to proceed on the same trip. What is the case?
Well, I'm not saying it is the member of the public who specifically used his money. Money could have even come from other sources like the CDF. But we can only go into the facts if we have the file here, which I don't have. But the only problem here is double payment. That is where the problem is. Were there no, if for example, public funds were not used twice, in the first instance, they wouldn't have been charged. Because remember, this file goes through the process of investigation. It is read by lawyers at the EACC, and finally it ends up with the ODPP lawyers, who after perusing all the evidence, decided that here there is sufficient evidence to charge. They were charged. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been charged if there was no clear evidence. But I don't have the file here, with all due respect, Senator, so that I can answer each and every specific issue on the file.
So the fact that you don't have the file, CEO, then makes it a bit complicated for even us to engage. So this is the case that you have brought to us to show that a matter was withdrawn by the ODPP. And I'm saying, next week we are traveling to Busia for Senate Mashinani. Will be paid by the Senate to travel to Busia. What is the crime in Senator Cheragay giving me a tip for the same trip? What's the crime? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because transport has been organized by the PSC. Cheragay maybe has a chopper, then he gives me a lift to Busia. Because the person you have referenced here is an individual, a member of parliament. Patrick, what's a crime?
With all due respect, there is double payment. Double payment of public funds is a criminal offense. You can't, for example, be paid by your CDF if you had, for example, if you had MP, or
problem is, that's what the problem
and you
is.
can't also be paid by...
The reference is not to CDF. The reference is not to CDF. The reference is a member of parliament as sponsored MCRs. The assumption, the natural assumption is he sponsored them from his own pocket.
Yeah,
you are not saying that the CDF funds were used to sponsor and then the county assembly. That's where the confusion is.
Maybe the case has been paraphrased so much, in fact, we've lost the meaning of the case, the people who are being investigated here are 6 members of Makwiny County Assembly. But then here, the one that has been, whose case has been withdrawn is the 7th. Then we wonder where the 7th has come from. Senator Dula.
Chair, my understanding of the presentation is that the way the statement is crafted is a bit, information is not properly given, because my understanding is there was double payment. Of course, one from Assembly and the other one from probably CDF. That should have actually been indicated here. Now, my question is, CEO, when cases are withdrawn, of course, DPP has powers to withdraw the cases and also prosecute. Do you have that kind of consultation between yourself and DPP so that you know this case has been withdrawn and you have been properly informed that the reason for withdrawing is ABCD, and you have a concurrence on this matter because you serve the same government? Number 2, at what level do you withdraw cases? Because like this one, it has gone through the process. The 7th accused person has been removed. And then, slowly by slowly, all the cases are withdrawn. Yeah? So, where do we go, you know? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Number 1, you have said there is loss of funds as a result of this particular case. Yeah? DPP withdraws one individual. Then, slowly by slowly, the rest of the cases are also withdrawn. I don't know whether that is with your consultation, whether the government go back its money, whether the people who have committed the offenses have been charged or not, but in this case they have not been charged. So this is a case that we have just lost as a government. Maybe we need to understand that. Thanks.
CEO.
Can I answer that? CEO, could you go through the chair?
Maybe Senator Mugen first.
Okay.
Yeah, Chairman and CEO. Me, I am, from where I'm sitting, we have a problem. And you know, unless we come out candidly and say we have a problem as a country, we will not get a solution. Because I hear where you are coming from. If, as EACC, a constitutional body, you are in the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, if your work is to investigate cases, you forward to the office of the DPP. And I believe DPP is not a conveyor belt. He reads through your files. I'm sure their files will tell you this one, I don't think there is evidence. He returns them to you. Is that right? Then there are those he says, this one I can proceed. Let the court decide. Now, what you're telling us from all these 18 cases is that he concurs with your recommendation. He takes the matter forward. These guys are charged in a court of law. Then instead of the matter being decided by the court, he again comes back and withdraws these cases. And you have written column 1, 2, 3, 4 that EACC is never consulted. Gentlemen, don't you think we are having a problem? I mean, how can we run the country, especially on this area of war against corruption, so casually? You know, in a very casual manner, right, like this. So, I want you to be very candid to us, because Constitution's chairman, Constitution is a living document. If it's not serving the country, we can amend it. If we need to amend the Constitution for EACC to do prosecution, we can do it. Because we need to be candid. We must be candid. Whether you go to the US, they have amended theirs 27 times. Australia has amended theirs 8 times. Canada, they have amended theirs 13 times. So if there is a problem between your office and the office of DPP, we want to hear it from you, so that as the people's representative, we can agree on how to fix the problem. If we sweep these things under the carpet, Chairman, we will not be assisting the country. We will not be assisting the country. So we need to, from where you are sitting, when you tell us you are not consulted, it seems there is a disconnect between the EACC
and the DPP. And we need to fix it for the benefit of the people we serve, the Kenyans.
Senator Cherargei.